So this is Bethany, I'm Zach, and we're hanging out at Dear Diva Desserts.
I'm chained to the wall. I have nothing at all. And my eyes look into the sunset, thinking of better things to do. Like a monkey.
I stopped by Dear Diva Desserts in Columbia, Illinois to learn more about this best friend duo that is making some of the sweetest treats in the area.
We got started with, my aunt is the one who owned it, who opened Dear Diva about 11 years ago. And then it was 4 years this August, right, that me and Zach have owned it. Zach has always wanted to be an entrepreneur. He wanted to own his own spot, and
I just generally hated working for other people.
and then I started helping out Val, right after I broke my leg, and so I was doing hair and bartending, and I ended up breaking my hip, and I wasn't able to be on my feet for like longer than a couple hours a day, which both of those obviously require that. And then so I came in here. I was helping Val. Me and Zach were living together. We've been best friends since we were 15, and I came home one day after me and Val had been talking. Val had kind of mentioned us taking over, or me buying it, and I was talking to Zach about it, and Zach believed in the product enough and in my talent, and that we could, kind of do this 50-50, and he put down a lot of the cash, I put a lot of the talent, and blood, sweat, and tears went into it, and now, like I said, it's been 4 years.
Val had set up a business that was sustaining itself, was profitable, and looked like it had room for growth. We've since, I think, exceeded what we thought was probably potential, over the course of 4 years.
Zach and Bethany are genuinely two of the nicest people you could ever meet, and they have been living together for years. So how long have they been married? Well, that's the thing. They aren't.
We've been good friends for a long time, and not married, but like I said, he good friends, and he had the money and believed in me enough to put ourselves out here like that,
and through our business / living situation, we spend all day every day with each other, so everybody would assume we were married, and I think they would be right to assume that, you know what I mean?
That's probably when he would like to dispute the best friends part. I do most of the baking in here, but when we took this over, Zach had never even made a box of brownies. So the fact that Zach now does our chocolate icing, he knows how to do all of our standard cupcake flavors.
Zach does some stuff. Zach wouldn't consider himself a baker at this point, probably.
This is something that I really enjoyed doing. It was it was my passion. I liked it. It was fun. Before we even bought the business. So I always had this is what I did when I'm one of 5. So I always liked making the desserts. I liked helping with desserts. Mom and Dad always had us in the kitchen and stuff. So we all knew how to bake pretty well and cook. But this kind of also lets me tap into my artistic side too, especially with the cakes and designing those and stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun. Zach's definitely better on the business end of things.
The business side of Dear Diva, something I never really considered. So, just how good has business been since Zach and Bethany took over?
Well, we've probably had, on average, probably anywhere between 12 and 15% growth per year since that we've owned it. I will say over the last, we're starting to plateau a little bit just because I think we're reaching the limit of our space, the capabilities that 2 people can produce. I mean, when I say space, I'm talking just being able to store stuff, you know what I mean? Once you get it finished, being able to put it back in the fridge, we're starting to hit a point in business where we're running out of ceiling, you know what I mean? Which is a good problem to have, from a business aspect. I'd say the frustrating part is, those holes don't become as apparent as you thought they might. It's kind of one of those things where you go at it, you're just like, all right, let's hit it, and when there's a problem, it's going to present itself, or there's an opening, and it's just they're not as easily spottable as you think they might be. And so that's one of the things that we kind of go back and forth on a lot of times is, what would be the right investment to make moving forward. It's a catch-22, we love being in Columbia. Columbia, and I don't think we have any plans of leaving Columbia, but I mean, how nice would it be to get, you know, instead of 300 people walking past my door a day, you know, 5,000 people walking past my door a day, you know. And those are just the types of things where I think that, I think Columbia's gotten a lot better in the sense that, and as a small town, you have to kind of draw people in where they normally wouldn't want to, you know. And I think, you know, historic Main Street, some of the other groups, you know, how Sauce for Soldiers was just in town the other weekend, you know. They do a good job of like pulling in people where we could not, you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's clear these two make a good team. So good, in fact, that they live within walking distance in downtown Columbia, and neither of them really know how it happened.
That's actually something that I think is awesome. So I had never had to deal with commute the way Zach had to deal with commute. Zach
Got the best commute in the world, and everybody can suck it.
We literally can walk to work, so it's so awesome. Sometimes we do walk to work. Sometimes we're running late, so that's not always a possibility. But we live like just a couple blocks like from our place, so it's nice if we need to run up here for something. The commute, he was out in West County, which
I was averaging like 20,000 miles a year on my truck. I think I might have put 4 on it last year. I mean, like, the difference in just time is fantastic.
and it is really kind of it's another catch-22. It's really nice. It's people seeing us and being like, oh, you're the Diva people, you know, or you make the cookies, or like that kind of stuff. In fact, we were in Soulard delivering a cake Saturday, and all of a sudden I hear, that's Dear Diva Desserts! And I'm like, what the hell is happening? And it was actually somebody we had done a wedding for like 2 years prior that was down there. So, but yeah, the walk to work, knowing, and like other businesses here, is really nice too, to be able to like partner up with like Proving Grounds or Harvest Market, or like Addie from Two Blues, really awesome. And sometimes we'll do photo shoots like for the holiday season and stuff like that, when she gets some fun stuff in. So
well, and I tell you what, on the nights where it gets like really rough, when we're up here till 10, 11, 12 at night, I mean, former owner Val, you know, she used to have to sleep in here sometimes because she just had that much to do, going all the way back, you know, south of Waterloo, and then coming back 3 hours later just wasn't time conscious, you know. And we've got the luxury where we can go home and put our head down in our own bed for a little while and come right back up here.
So now that you know a little bit about Dear Diva's desserts, it's time to turn up the heat and make some food in the kitchen.
I am going to be making scones. You're going to need flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, butter, buttermilk, and then whatever you're adding into it. Dry ingredients with the butter crumbed in here. So that is our flour, sugar, and the active stuff that Zach says do not tell people about.
It's called trade secret.
And then we got our 3 cups of buttermilk. And the key to all of this is always to keep it cold. And then we're gonna make our bacon Gouda chive scones. We got our candied bacon chopped up, our smoked Gouda, and our fresh grown chives. A little bit like this on the table. And then that's when you start rolling it out. So you kind of get your shape started. Make sure there's flour on the table. We're gonna roll. First down, and you put it on one half, you're going to take the half that has nothing on it and flip it over. Kind of reshape it into that log and give it a seal. And same thing, you keep one half without anything on it, and that's the half you flip. First down, and you put it on one half, you're going to take the half that has nothing on it and flip it over. Kind of reshape it into that log and give it a seal. this is our final rollout, and I just kind of make sure it's all even. Top them with whatever that is so we know what it is.
Like what you've seen, Dear Divas caters and is very active in the 618 area. Come check out their wonderful treats in store or check them out around town.
So we do cater events. We also do weddings. We'll do like little appetizer parties. We do all kinds of stuff really. And we're super customizable. So come in and talk to us, and we can do mini cupcakes, which are like this big. We do our scones bite size. We do the bars, and we'll come and set everything up for you. We do not come clean anything up though, so I don't know if we're true.
You get like a personal size version of about everything we do. Cheesecakes, pies, and pies end up being like little Pop-Tarts. Super good.
And during the holidays, keep an eye out for our menus. So we do like special menus for the holidays, where Thanksgiving we really pump up a whole bunch of pies. We try to throw in a couple things we haven't done before. Last year I introduced that pecan blueberry galette thing, which was amazing.
And we do holiday trays like of all sizes. So I mean, depending on how much you wanted to drop, you could feed quite a few people just based on one of those trays right there as well.
So our breakfast trays that we do, which you get, they start at like, I think they start, if I'm remembering correctly, like $4.50 a person. But everybody gets a bite of a sweet scone, a savory scone, a mini cinnamon roll, a piece of the triple berry pound cake, and donut muffins. Donut muffins.
Donut muffin is a buttermilk donut that is baked instead of fried, but then we dunk it in butter and roll it in cinnamon and sugar twice. And don't get me wrong, it's a little slice of heaven, but it is like the biggest pain in the ass to deal with in the shop.
And like I had Grady in here helping my little nephew over this summer, and I was like, he can do those, like those would be really good for him. And he's like, oh, no wonder everyone hates them. And I'm like, what is the deal? They're not that bad. But the holiday trays that he was talking about, those are cookies and bars, and those are really good. Like if you are giving office or if you're having an office party, or if you are an office that needs to give out gifts to your clients, those are super good idea for that.
And then we got Small Business Saturday coming up in November as well. Come on down and see us, and we'll be open all those days, I would imagine, correct?
Yep.
Barring something catastrophic.